We say it take a village to raise a child, but what if the village is retarded? What you think it's going to produce?
There's no place like home.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey neighbors, y'all come on in. Y'all come on in. Hit that like for me. Subscribe to the channel and turn on your notification bell so each and every time I upload a video, you can get the message. So y'all come on in here. If you want to support the platform, $, Raina loves keto. I have a college tuition that I must pay. But if you feel it in your shanana and you want to support the platform, by all means do so. I'm not begging or anything like that, but this is what I do for fun, and I like to earn money while having fun. So anyway, you guys, did y'all check my video out from Saturday? That's the last time I uploaded content, was on Saturday. So if you haven't already, go back and catch the replay. We were sitting in the park, just talking, enjoying the sunshine. I was sitting by a frozen little pond, and we were talking about your identity. And I want to give a huge shout out to the content creators that has been on the front lines since day one, dropping that knowledge. Content creators like Loca Libra. A lot of you may not be familiar with Loca Libra because I have like a lot of new subscribers to my platform. But all of my old times neighbors that been with me for a very long time know who Loca Libra is. And I shared her live out on my community wall for you to go and check it out. She's doing some deep research on your roots, your culture, and where you come from. But it's up to you to do the work. You have to do the footwork for you and your family to find out where you come from and where you reside, as it pertains right here on this U.S. soil, this good old soil. So shout out to her. And Dane Calloway, I don't know if y'all watch him. He's been giving out knowledge, doing research, showing people how to find out who they are, how to locate the tribes and things like that. Shout out to Dane. And then you got Voodoo Doll TV. I love me some Voodoo Doll TV. Do y'all watch Voodoo Doll TV? She does commentary on celebrities, baddies, love and hip hop. She has a variety of stuff over there. And then she's been doing her Educational Fridays, where she goes and she talk about I don't want to say the so-called African Americans, but the indigenous people to this land, and how our history was being erased. And that's the same thing that Dan Calloway is talking about, Loca Libra is talking about, Voodoo Doll TV, that's what she's talking about. And I've been picking up the conversation as well over here on my platform, because it's been very important to me. And like I shared with y'all before, my grandmama always said that we did not come here on no slave ships from Africa. Now, I'm not saying that's not some people's story, because it is some people's story, but it's just not my story, if that makes sense. It's not my family story. That's not a part of who we are in my family. Yeah, I know grandma, grandpa, this, that, but they all are indigenous to this land. And not in my history that they were over here on the slave ship. And I'm not saying that slavery didn't exist. I'm not saying that wasn't the whole Atlantic slave trade thing happening. I'm not saying that. Yes, that really happened and it took place. And it did affect some families. So, that is true. But over here on this platform, I've been finding out that I've been, talking about a lot of different topics. Just expanding and not staying into one lane. because a lot of the subscribers come from the Christian rock sector. You guys have been subscribing and supporting that content when I do my commentary on Christian rock. So far, I still don't like Christian rock, but she has been keeping her nose clean and so far out of trouble, So I have nothing to really say about her besides, still need to get Junior whatever, some support that Junior is supposed to be getting. But that's none of my business. That's neither here nor there. I am a child advocate. I do speak up for children when I feel like they're being mistreated. And that's what I've done on my platform. Then as it goes for Ronnie, like I said, Ronnie still wants his justice, but only time will tell. Can't live a lie but so long. And once you live a lie but for so long, eventually the universe will expose it. God will expose it, So it is what it is at this point. But I'm still a part of the great fight getting justice for Ronnie. However, I'm also in the fight for my family and our history and knowing who we are as a group of people, as a collective right now. And that's my sole purpose right now, is any information that I'm finding out about my family, I'm going to bring it right here on my platform and have it. Because once it's out here on the internet, it's out here forever. Once you put something out here, it stays out here. So, kind of got to be mindful about what you choose to share out here on the internet. And sometimes you don't even have to share nothing personal or private. If folks don't like you, they're going to go find that information and they're going to put it out here simply because they don't like you. And that could be a arrest record. Anything that you ever done in life. I've seen people go so far to try to expose people, bring people down by digging in their background. Now, if you're so invested in digging in another person's background to find dirt on them, to shame and humiliate them, then you should be able to dig in your family tree and do your research and find out who your grandmother was. Find out that type of information. Find out who her mother was and her mother. Because we have a lot of people that know how to investigate, right? Why not try to investigate the truth about your family and your heritage and where you come from and our culture? Some people forgot about who they were and who they are. Not me. Not me. Let me share something with y'all. My grandma gave me the name Yellow Chicken. Ever since I was a baby, I ain't going to verify that. My nickname was Yellow Chicken. And I ain't going nickname from grandma was Pooh. She called her Pooh. But I was today years old when I found out what Yellow Chicken means. I did the research on that name. And Yellow Chicken, from the indigenous people that been here, means enlightenment. And I would put that up in this video. Sorry, y'all. So y'all can read what Yellow Chicken means to the indigenous people and why I was given that name. Enlightenment. Wisdom. See, my grandma knew I had all of that in me before I even knew who I was. But grandma knew who I was, and she gave me that name, Yellow Chicken. So I'm going to put that up in this video, Yellow Chicken. That's my name. That was her nickname for me, Yellow Chicken. And what Yellow Chicken actually means. So do some time and try to find out. If you always had a nickname that you thought was kind of odd and strange, do some research on it. And those of you who've been on my channel for a very long time, y'all should know where I'm at. Y'all should know where I'm at. Dunkin' Donuts, get my latte. Large hot latte.
Thank you.
Yep, you already know the rest.
Yeah.
He said, yeah. Put my 7 Splendors in there. Gotta get my little energy now. Sun ain't out. So I gotta get my energy from the latte. And get my debit card. And make sure I don't put my debit card all up in the camera. You know, people can dox you with that. They be like, oh, let me see her name on the card. Let me see her numbers. You flash it one good time, they got your ass. I've seen some doxers out here on the YouTube streets. Yeah, but I'm definitely gonna put up Yellow Chicken. So, but listen, y'all. I was over there on Instagram, and I came across 50 Cent's his Instagram. He working on doing a documentary on T.I. and Tiny. Similar to the one he did on Diddy. But he said he got like over 20 something people on this documentary about T.I. and Tiny. With they with those cases, y'all know what I'm talking about. Those actual cases that they've been able to beat and throw out. So now 50 Cent is here to do a documentary on T.I. and Tiny and expose it. Now I knew 50 Cent wasn't going to stay quiet in that beef. But when he got quiet, he started working on T.I. and Tiny. Hey, good morning.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I got my little latte, little 7 Splendor. That's my order.
Okay.
And you too. But if you follow Tasha K, she posted that already on her Instagram platform. She said, Tasha K this is. She said, oh, I was told to warn y'all that 50 Cent is going to do a documentary on T.I. and Tiny, surviving T.I. and Tiny. So that means all of that stuff that was said in the past is now being worked back up. And they did go hard on 50's mother because he posted Tiny. So the sons went hard. So me and the mister is going to talk about that on our platform. We're going to go into more detail to the his and her platform. And I will be dropping that channel soon for you guys to go over and subscribe. But once I come out with that channel, I want to come out with the channel and the video to it. So that way we can get the watch time hours and get the people subscribing and liking. So that way it's content over there for you to watch as we continue to keep bringing you that news as far as like with celebrities. Because we're going to be talking about a different stuff. But I know T.I. and 50 Cent beef and the children getting involved. I have an opinion about that. And the hubby has an opinion about that. And we have two different opinions. So we're going to shoot a video and talk about that over there on that platform. But I just wanted to say for T.I. and Tiny, 50 Cent about to do that whole little piece on you. And if Netflix and everybody decide to pick it up or wherever he does his business at, and it's going to be all over the place and not just contained to social media. Because, 50 Cent got a huge following. And so do T.I. and Tiny and them too. But I don't know if T.I.'s following is as huge as 50 Cent's following. Now, granted, T.I. got the whole South behind him. Yeah, that's true. You got the whole South backing him. But I don't know if it's going to be enough support to fight off 50 Cent and the viewers and everybody that he got supporting him. But my next question is for 50 Cent. Why does he only go after the black celebrities? Why do he only attack the black celebrities? I wonder why that is, y'all. Do anybody know? Y'all can, because, I can ask it over there in his post but it don't get answered, or he don't answer the questions that people want to know. But he just attack everybody that I guess he feel like it's dirty. Yeah, I probably answered my own question. He attacks the rappers that he feel like is dirty and low down. And Diddy, he felt like he was dirty and low down, so he did a piece on him and made sure he went to jail. He's been on Jay-Z head top for quite some time. I know that he definitely can't stand Jay-Z, and he's waiting to get at him and Beyonce. And I know he didn't give no F's when he posted Beyonce's mother, Miss Tina. So I know he don't get no F's. So it looks like he got a whole little hit list. And now T.I. is on the hit list because he wanted to do the verses. 50 Cent don't want to do the verses for whatever the reasons are. And now it turned into a beef. And all I was saying to the hubby was, let T.I. fight that battle. The sons did not need to get involved. But I know a family is going to stick together if they defend the mom. I get that part. But if the husband is already on the front line fighting the war and he's not losing, right? Then the sons, in my opinion, the sons should back up a little and let the father fight the battle. That's all I was saying. So, and Rashim and I would go into more details, like I said, on our channel, that we're going to be dropping his and hers, where we're going to have a his and her opinion when it comes down to these type of topics with these celebrities and things like that. I have to take a sip of my latte. Oh, why it tastes bitter? I don't like no bitter ass. Maybe because of my toothpaste. Because you ever just recently brush your teeth and then you go out the home and you didn't put nothing in your mouth, and then you first get that first sip of something, that first taste of something, then you got to taste all the toothpaste. That's what's happening right now. Yeah, but y'all, I never had no issue with camming up, y'all. Never had an issue with camming up. Yep. So, are you going to watch 50 Cent's masterpiece that he's going to do on T.I. and Tiny? I am. Because I know for a fact they're not innocent in anything either. Because I heard too much stuff. And wasn't it a lady back in the day that came out and spoke about them? Wasn't her name Sabrina or something like that? Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't it a woman who came out many years ago, and her name was Sabrina, and she was stating that she did do favors and stuff like that for T.I. and Tiny, like threesomes and that type of thing. Is this good enough? Got me too. How about that? I just want to keep the phone still, damn it. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to watch. And then they do something to Shekinah Joe. Y'all remember Shekinah Joe? She was Tiny's friend. And didn't they do something to her as well? Didn't they buy her name, or something about she couldn't use her name and she fell out with them? And I wonder if she's gonna be a part of it too. So there's gonna be some good tea that's gonna come out of this, y'all. And I'm gonna keep my ears to the streets. And I'm gonna be right here reporting on it. I ain't want to give y'all no sloppy video. Not trying to give y'all no sloppy video. But anyway, you guys, I'm gonna go live sometime this week with some more research. But I'm going to be watching, so that's what I wanted to come on and talk about, the whole T.I. and Tiny thing. to tell y'all to watch out for his and her podcast because we're going to go into details on that situation. Oh, and another thing I wanted to ask y'all. Did y'all see that clone of Jim Carrey? I was like, yeah, that's not even no daggone Jim. I was like, now who they think they fooling? But some people feel like they took Jim Carrey out. I don't feel that Jim Carrey is taken out. I feel like Jim Carrey is still here. I feel like he just didn't want to go to that award show, and he got a clone to go in his favor. The clone was a mess and all over the place. Did not do a great representation of Jim Carrey at all. And I'm a huge fan of Jim Carrey, especially with the movie The Grinch. He ate that Grinch up. And I tell you, that's one of my all-time favorite movies for him is The Grinch. A lot of people like The Mask and things like that. Not me. The Grinch was my movie. But anyway, you go. I'm gonna go on and end this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and share, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on your notification bell so each and every time I upload a video, you can get the message. And when I pop out here with this here research about my family tree and history and where we come from, stay tuned for that. And if you also doing research on your family tree, and you got some information you want to bring to the people, tag me on it. I want to see. I want to learn. I'm open to learning new things all the time, every time. Want to talk about spirituality, religions, and things like that? I'm open to listening and learning. But what I find with our people, right, if they hear something that they don't agree with, they want to argue and fight you. You don't have to argue and fight. You can state your strong opinions about things. And you can put back what you need and take what you need from the information that was provided. But soon somebody hear that you got a different belief system or you feel a certain type of way about something, they are frown their face up and they get mad with you because you feel something totally different or you believe something different. And that's all fine. But if you're going to be over here with me, you got to be respectful to all people. Because I like all people. I like all religions. I like spirituality. I like it all. I like it all. And I'm here to learn from it all. You know? But just don't come over here being disrespectful and talking down on someone or frowning your face up at someone because they believe something different from you. That doesn't make them dark and evil. Now, if your spirit tell you to stay away from them, then follow the spirit. Follow your heart. Stay away from he or she or whatever the case is that you may not like about that particular content creator. And that's fine. Me, I'm nosy as hell. I'm nosy as hell. And then, like I said, I like to learn. I like to find out stuff. And I use my discernment. Everybody has discernment, right? Use your discernment. And that's how you protect yourself. That's how you protect your peace. That's how you protect your energy, by using your discernment. So with that being said, y'all, I'm going to close out. I love y'all. Subscribe. Stay tuned. More to come.
We said take a village to raise a child, but what if the village is retarded? What you think it's going to produce?